Welcome everyone. And after what, it's been a month, right? It's been a month. I checked the recording logs and it said March 30th. I was like, oh, okay, month. Yeah, I was. Well, we're back. The Husky Babu, Ariel, and Jonathan back again, at it again. A little lighter, a little thinner. Yeah, we're taking care of ourselves. Every doctor visit, they're like, "Oh, you're the poster child now." I'm like, ah, yay! Do I get brownie points? Like literal brownies? Can I have brownie? We're like, no, you're beating the purpose, son. You're beating the purpose. Yeah, it's like the purpose is that you lose weight, not to gain it back by eating brownies. So you better chill on them brownies. I know, but I'm still a fat boy in recovery. I mean, right now, 294, my dude, 294. When I began this journey, I was in 336 and 294 now. So, my goal is 230. That's my goal. Although that's still over the limit of my, according to my height. But even the doctors was like, yeah, I mean, it's better to be 230 than to be where you were at. Yeah, so they're like, no, it went. He told me, look, once you get to 230, it's manageable. After that, like you can, like, if you continue the lifestyle that you're adapting to, then you can drop even further from that. But it's we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We just cross that bridge. The important thing is that you're dropping weight, and I'm doing it slowly too. So that's the good thing. And I'm boring everybody now with a personal life journey. But for those of you who benefit the video, might see like, hey, he's dropped some pounds. Like, well, that's your explanation there. Taking care of the health. Because want to see wife and kid, and I expect to see longevity. Seeing the kid grow up, have her family of her own, and grandkids. That's the goal. That's the goal. Like carrying grandkids. Yeah, but like don't get in a hurry to get me grandkids yet. Yeah, like I'm still in my 40s, for God's sake. Hmm. Oh yes, you did recently. Yes, very recently you did. I'm still hitting. I'm gonna hit 47 soon, but that'll be in July. We're not there yet. So during this past month, a lot of stuff happened. Stuff happened. I mean, well, WrestleMania came and went, and it was a mixed bag. Uh, it was a mixed bag. It was a mix. No. The reception was a mixed bag. The reception of WrestleMania was a mixed bag. Some people. I mean, overall, it was okay-ish. It's just that people always talk about the ending. The ending is what catches your attention. Now, night one's ending for me beat the bejesus out of night two ending. Especially, I mean, I know you were stoked. You personally were stoked because you got what you wanted. Yeah, you got what you wanted, which was Punky not going anywhere near a win. I mean, I knew Punk was not going to win. Like that was a foregone conclusion because the purpose of him getting a WrestleMania main event was just to be there. So that was his trophy. That was his thing. Like he got that off the list. He got that notch on the list. So that's it. So he already got what he wanted. He got a WrestleMania main event. It's done. It's a done deal. That's it. So to me, I mean, anything he does right now is just like extra. No, it's just extra stuff because he had in his wrestling wise career, not personal stuff like you like to allude, because he's not. Yeah, oh, you love him. You love to destroy him. Yeah, on WWE 2K24. And once you buy 25, then you're gonna find new people to happily destroy him with. Any hoodles. He didn't. So Seth Rollins won. I think I had Roman win it before, but then I changed my mind because I was like, well, Seth makes more sense, and it makes more sense that Heyman is going to go. And it ended up Heyman switching to Seth. I mean, this is ancient history at this point. Everybody already knows this. So there's no spoiler warning here. Everybody like, yeah, go on. Oh yeah, I pride myself in it. That's what I do. Yes. Then after then night two happened, which to me, card wise, night two was better than night one. I mean, there were better matches, better quality of matches, better performances. And the match itself, the main event, was good until that ending. Until that ending. Which match I'm talking about? John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Both guys know how to wrestle. Sorry, both guys know how to do stuff. But that ending was so convoluted. I mean, I know that the gimmick John Cena is right now going through is he wants to run wrestling, but do you have to do it literally? like that dude living the gimmick.
He's
Yeah,
already going home, so he's gonna do it big.
I mean, and this thing just opened like a whole giant can of worms in terms of, lifting up the curtains a little bit. Because even The Rock got into it because everybody was expecting, because, The Rock kind of has to do with this because Cena sold his soul to The Rock in storyline. So you were like expecting, well, isn't Rock gonna show up? Because this is kind of his doing. This is kind of his fault. Oh, this is kind of he's involved. And then when they ask him in the Pat McAfee show, dude is busy doing promotional work and working stuff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I just want." It was about Cena and Cody. I was like, "Yeah, but you participated in this. You had something to do with it because your character turned Cena heel. He did it because of you. So you kind of have to be the catalyst as to why Cody loses the belt. You kind of had to be involved because it just makes sense. It does not make sense to send a rapper to screw a wrestler over. It's like the most anticlimactic. It's like it's like being defeated by a mosquito. I'm sorry, but Travis Scott may be who he is in his media, and that's fine. And you're a fan. I understand that he's a fan and he wants to, he enjoys it. Cool. I understand that. Cool beans. Uh, Storyline wise, it's like trying to have an infant trying to fight a gorilla. With the theme of the gorillas versus 100 men that's been going around not lately. It's like trying to send an infant against a gorilla, and Cody is the gorilla in this case. So it's like, no, this doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to have this guy help John Cena. And I understand it's all part of the storyline, and the storyline has not ended, but it's like I told the guys in my chat room, you cannibalized the ending of the biggest show in the year just to make a point. It's like, okay, you could have had the same ending, because the ending is not the problem here. It's not that Cena won. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. It's how you went about doing it. And I understand storyline wise, it makes sense because he's saying he's about ruining wrestling. And by doing so, he's fitting in line, he's falling in line with what he has said, that he's ruining wrestling. And but they're being extremely meta about this to a point that you don't know. Okay, where's the storyline and where's reality? I mean, I'm confused. I'm confused. Like, we normally have this structure. Like, you say what you will about Minky Juice, but Minky Juice was always about this is the bottom line, and we're always going to follow this path. This is the path, and we all know that kayfabe is this, and reality is this, and whatever I tell you, this is it. And with Minky Juice, it was always the same old thing, same old thing, same old thing. With Triple H, is like, I'm gonna hit you with a haymaker, and you ain't gonna even know where it's coming.
Well, isn't that good in a way?
In a way, yes, but in this sense, it felt like some weird bastardized version of being meta. It's like, okay, this is a joke, right? We're like, okay, this is a joke, but you turned the main event of your biggest show of the year into a joke for the joke's sake. And you're like, this doesn't make sense though. Because if it made sense, and again, it's not the ending itself. It's not that Cena won. Everybody wanted Cena to win. I mean, look, Cena can be a heel. He can go about like as short as murdering somebody on stage. He can practically get away with anything because Cena just earned his stripes as legend material. It's like when Austin turned heel. Like, you can try to get him, like, he beat women, he beat the Hardy Boys, he destroyed Spike Dudley.
His way.
And he did a bunch of things, and people were like, yeah. People were like, yeah. Kill him, Stone Cold.
And isn't that when that one word came out, too, when he was heel? What?
Uh-huh.
So it's like, yeah,
it didn't work.
Anything he did was like gold.
Because that's it. That's it. You're goated. And the same thing is with Cena. Cena went from a point that people were like, please leave. Like in the mid 2000s, people was like, get the heck out of my face. I don't want to see your face anymore. I don't want to see you. And now everybody like, oh, the guy I used to hate. I love him now, though.
I love him.
Yeah, I love him now, though. Good old Cena. You like good old Cena. And now he's coming out like I'm evil. I'm trying to destroy wrestling. And it's like, yeah, go ahead, do it.
Yeah, do it. Go ahead,
Burn it down. Man. Burn it down. Burn it all to the ground. We don't care. And now we're getting Randy versus Cena. It's like, oh, a classic. A classic. Great. Like, what else are you going to do for us? Like, this is the greatest ending ever for a wrestling career. Like, yes, burn the house down. Yes, exactly. But it's just the way how that ended. Like, okay, Cody lost. I don't see people batting an eye. To the point it hasn't even been mentioned in WWE programming. It's like, it's an afterthought. I was like, oh, yeah, he lost. Okay, whatever. What else is it? Cody has not been mentioned since he lost, and he's been ghosted ever since he left. And he's probably taking some R&R, and good on him, because after a year and some change carrying the company in his back, I think it's good for the guy to get some rest. You know, take time for his wife and his kid. So good on Cody. But what version of Cody are we going to get back, though? Are we going to finally get Homelander Cody? Which is what everybody's been asking for? Because that's the weird thing. Like, you can't do the traditional babyface and heel like back in the 80s, in the 90s, and early 90s, because after Stone Cold, that ship sailed. The concept of babyface and heel went out down the window when Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's, for better for worse, he's the one that ruined the concept of a babyface, because Stone Cold, by all intents and purposes, he was a heel. He was a bad guy, a traditional bad guy. Yet he was so freaking cool. Everybody loved him. And that's why when he turned heel, against The Rock, people were like, "What changed? I don't get it. What changed? What? I'm supposed to hate you now just because you do certain things against fan favorites? Like, yeah, murder him. I don't care. Murder him. Yeah, grab a, bend a steel chair over his head 50,000 times. What do I care? Give me more blood." That's like that was a reaction of the flesh. Like, yeah, that's it. Just bend that chair on top of his head.
So you got? Huh?
Yeah, that's all you got. Bend that chair on top of his head. Like, I want the dents on that chair. I want his face imprinted in that chair. Like, continue, please. And Stone Cold was like, I got to murder this dude. And maybe I draw some heat. Maybe I draw some heat. They're like, oh, you want to draw some? You want to draw some heat? I'm sorry, dude. We love you. We made up our mind. So after that, in wrestling, it's very hard to find heels. Like, the best. That's why there was a poll made asking who was the greatest heel in your mind, and they selected 4 heels. They selected Triple H. They selected Randy Orton. They selected Edge and Vince McMahon. Guess who won by a landslide? Thank you. Thank you, Juice. Vince. By a landslide. And there was like no disrespect to the other 3. Because, yeah, the other 3 did their dastardly things and they were good villains. And there were times that people hated these 3 guys.
But still to this day can't hate Triple H.
But the level of hatred that Minky Juice in life, in life, and in wrestling, because I honestly don't think that there's a difference between the character and the dude. He seems to think he must be aloof. He must be out of his dang mind. He thinks that there's a difference between no, I just portray a character on TV. Oh, that's some bull. That's some bull.
There's a reason why Steph left when he came back.
My dude, that is you to a T. That is you. You kinky. You freaky deaky. You a freak. You's a freak. You's a freak. Like, this is the same man that wanted to do an angle of incest with his own daughter. I just rest my case for after that. That's the only thing Stephanie McMahon was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. You're like, no. Like, she was like, this was my first pregnancy with my husband, and he wanted to use my pregnancy to do an incest angle. That he was the father. She was like, I don't think I can look my daughter or my kid in the eye in the future and say, yeah, we'll use you for a storyline. What was the storyline, Mommy? Well, let Mommy tell you.
Well, Grandpa was your daddy.
You see, Grandpa had this wild idea that he wanted to be your daddy, but he's my grandpa. I know. Sit down. Let me tell you more.
Grab the popcorn.
Grandpa crazy. Grandpa bought the farm. Let me tell you. Grandpa little cuckoo. Grandpa cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Woo, Minky Juice, good old Minky Juice. He never misses. Him and Uncle Joey.
Always on the podcast, no matter what.
They're lifers. And also Bernie Mac. Yeah, Bernie Mac. Eventually we'll bring all those guys back.
Ooh, I remember your name.
Hit the call your job on. Oh, God. Yeah, that never gets old. Anyways, so the state of wrestling now is that, Cena is doing his stuff. Trying to be the heel, but people just love him. Although I do have to say, this is coming out with some of the best mic work Cena has done in years. Because he's unhinged now. He's like, and this is a guy already who is like has a doctorate in doing mic, like impromptu mic skills on the fly. This is a guy that you like. He is a murderer on the microphone. I mean, he's such a murderer. They had to tell him, when he was doing his program with Cody for the championship, they had to tell him, tone it down, keep that mouth in guard, let Cody have his lashes first, because you actually winning. So Cody has to win like the verbal arguments, but you winning the war. So just let Cody have his. And Cody is no spring chicken either. I mean, Cody can cut a good promo, but we all know when it comes to a mic, I think like in the last 20 years, there's very few people that can even hold a candle next to Cena. There's like very few people that can actually grab a microphone and verbally destroy somebody. I mean, when he did the first program with The Rock, when they fought twice, and the first time, Jesus, he destroyed The Rock. You were expecting back in the day, because before you thought like, oh, we're gonna get Rocky, The Rock from like late 1990s or the 99s when The Rock was just running circles around people in the microphone. Little did you know that he was actually scripted. Yeah, those were scripted promos. I mean, and it's not that Rock is not a good improvisationalist. But it was more. I mean, he has the same guy still working for him to this day. The same guy who used to help him with his promos. He's the guy who alters his scripts when he selects movies and changes the dialogue in order to sound more like Rockish. Hence why, in almost like 99% of all his movies, he is The Rock. Basically, it's The Rock skin on top of somebody else. That's why he sounds like The Rock always, because it's basically The Rock playing somebody. But when he was in his program with Cena, there was some of that stuff that is hard to watch, because I'm like, oh, stop, he already dead. Stop, he's already dead. Like, you murdered him. Like one time when he told him like, hey Rock, if you forget your promo, remember, it's all in the wrist. Because The Rock had certain lines written in his wrist, and he called him out on live TV and say, hey Rock, if you forget, remember, it's all here. Like he bare boned him, exposed him, and he did it on purpose. Because Cena is like that. Like his deal is like, we're flying out there without a net, and you better be ready. When I throw you something at you, I'm going for the jugular, and you better be ready to catch it. If you're not ready, that's on you. That's his mentality. Because like, I'm the top dog, so if you want this spot, you got to fight for it. And he even did it to Roman. When Roman was still starting up, when Roman wasn't, the head of the table, when he was the big dog, when he started there, he told him, hey kid, it's called a promo. Learn how to do it. Told him on live TV, and Roman looked like, oh God, he just emasculated me in front of everybody. That was that version of Roman. And afterwards, when they did when they ran it back, now Roman being the head of the table, Roman was like, oh boy, you don't know who you messing with now. Like, that was me with a leash. The leash is off me now. I can say whatever I want. I'm the boss around here now. And Roman tore him a new one, because now this was not the same Roman as before. So having said all that, it's fun. It's nice to see where wrestling is going, and people complain about Triple H, and we can get into now the Black Friday that we had this past weekend, where like over 15 WWE wrestlers were let go, including Braun Strowman for the second time. Again, second time got fired. We also Dakota Kai, Shayna Baszler. Wait, let me see, because I think I got a list here of the people that were let go. Let me check. Let me just check. I gotta pull this out. Okay, let me see. Okay, here it is. Katana Chance, Caden Carter, Dakota Kai, Braun Strowman, Shayna Baszler, Cora Jade, Oro Menza, Javier Bernal, Gallus, which is Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang, Gigi Dolan. Most of these people that I'm mentioning that you're like, who are these? Those are NXT people from NXT. Jakara Jackson, Eddie Thorpe, and Riley Osborne. The ones that you may heard of before, those are the ones that are in the main roster in WWE. So if he used to be Universal Champion. You know, WWE knows what. That's the thing. Like people just speculate as the reason why this happened. The truth is, only WWE and the people who were let go know what happened. So I'm not gonna even speculate and add into stuff that I have no knowledge about. I do not manage a wrestling company. I have no knowledge about this kind of stuff. I do wish all of these people well, and most of them to not. Well, all of them are gonna end. They're all gonna land in their feet because all of them are top talent. All of them are good talents. It's just that this happens every time. After every WrestleMania, there's always a Black Friday. They always let people go on like a couple of weeks after WrestleMania. It's like budget cuts. So they want to cut some loose ends. Plus, some of the people that they let go, they recently re-signed or did big contracts on. They probably cut their losses to where like, you know what? Probably this thing is going to cost us some money in the long run, and we're not really using this person as we should for the money we're paying them. So let's just cut it here, and they let them go. I mean, it's all business decisions. I don't think it's nothing personal, business. So whatever it is, but the thing is that these people are going to. I do believe that they'll end up in a good place. The thing is that the guys who are in the main roster, they have a 90-day no complete cause. That's basically 2 months. The ones that are in NXT all have a 30-day no complete cause. So in a month, those people from NXT, they're gonna find a job real quick. The good thing about the wrestling business right now is there's so many options where you can go to. And I'm not even talking about AEW. I mean, AEW is a good cha-ching. You're gonna get some money because Tony Khan is willing to give you that money, and that's okay if that's the option you want to go for. Amen. Go enjoy, go get your pay. But now the landscape is different because now you have opportunities to make good living in any corporation in the states. There's not just AEW now. You got NWA, you got TNA, you got GCW. There's a bunch of companies now that you can go to and make a good living, and not just in the states. You can go to Japan, and you can go anywhere and make a good living because wrestling is booming. Wrestling is doing good. That's the good thing about wrestling nowadays, that there are opportunities for you to make that paper. And like the best example of that is Matt Cardona, who used to be known as Zack Ryder in WWE. That is the best example. The guy got let go over 5 years ago, and he is getting paid. He says it himself. He said, I make more money now than I ever did in WWE. And WWE paid him well. WWE paid that man well. And he says, I'm making more money hand over fist because it's not so much the wrestling, although he is getting very handsomely well paid in wrestling. He's doing independent. And the good thing about him, he can show up in AEW for a cup of coffee. But since he's independent, he won't sign. The next day he can be in TNA. And then the next day he can be in NWA. Like, that's the cool thing about him. He's truly an independent worker. Truly. He can go anywhere because he doesn't tie himself up with any company. He's like, if you got the money, I'm there. got my money there. And not only that, he's an entrepreneur because he has a toy business as well. He makes his own toys to the point that now he has a wrestling line compared to the Mattel releases from the early 90s. You had the small wrestling figurines that only had certain actions that they used to do. And he's reproducing them with modern wrestlers now. And he's signing licenses with those wrestlers. So he's making sure wrestlers of the old school are getting paid and the new school, because they're also doing it with newer wrestlers. So the thing is, the guy is finding ways how to make money. The guy, and so he's showing you that there is a pathway to earning that money, earning that paper. So that's why I'm not that worried about all these wrestlers. Although I would imagine some of them are heartbroken because their dream job. Because let's face it, WWE is the mecca for wrestling. It is the end all be all. And you can say, oh well, I made it here, I made it there. Cool, that's nice. But if you want the real recognition to be recognized as a pro wrestler in the world, look no further than going to WWE. Like you made it in WWE, that's it. You're done. Like that's your name. There's wrestlers who are still known to this day. Why? Because they wrestle in WWE. Like there's wrestlers that have been long dead for a minute. Like everybody remembers Macho Man Randy Savage. Everybody remembers the Ultimate Warrior. Everybody remembers Mr. Perfect. And where those guys came from? WWE. I mean, were they wrestling in other companies? Yeah. But WWE was their bread and butter. That's where they made their name. That's where they made their bones. That's how people know who they are. And you can't deny that. And WWE is an institution. It is something that is part of Americana. It's like a brand of America. Like it's a brand that the whole world recognizes as American. It's like comic books and wrestling. You know, comic book and wrestling. That's it. Those are the two things that America is right now exporting worldwide with a force. And if you want, we can talk about a little bit of movies since Thunderbolts came out. Unfortunately, I already know the spoilers, but I'm not going to say anything. All right, I'm not going to say anything. No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the movie, but I already know what it's about. But I'm not going to say anything to respect you first and foremost. To respect you because you haven't seen it and you don't like to be spoiled, and to also respect the people because I like to apply the rule. I like to apply the 2-week rule. If the movie's been already 2 weeks in the theaters, spoil the heck out of it. Spoil, yeah. That's my 2 weeks rule.
You know, some people don't have time to get there, and
sucks to be you.
Nah,
sucks to be you.
2 weeks is too short, man.
Sucks to be you. If in 2 weeks you haven't seen the movie or heard anything about the movie, that's on you.
Damn.
That's on you. That's on
crazy.
You. Yeah, that's my rule. That's my personal rule. So I give you a 2 weeks notice.
That's
just
like a good
rule. Just like in just like a job. I give you a 2 weeks notice. So like you've been warned. Man. I'm giving you 2 weeks. 2 weeks. If in 2 weeks you haven't seen the movie, I'm gonna spoil that boy for you. I'm gonna spoil it for you. So you better find out what that movie's about. Oh, you haven't seen it? Find out. Find out. Because we're gonna talk freely about that. We're gonna talk freely about it. We're gonna act like, oh yeah, this is a common knowledge. Everybody knows. And the reason I do it is because, unfortunately, all the media sites that I follow, they just bombard you with the spoilers and by making memes about it. And you're like, okay, in order for me to laugh, I have to get the joke, and I'm not getting the joke because I have no context of what this is about. So unfortunately, that leads me to the path of finding out. So I find out, I was like, oh, thank you. You just saved me, what is it now, $14? go to the movie theater. You just send me $14 plus hot dogs or sodas and popcorn. So okay, thank you. I already know. I don't have to. I don't need to see it now. But I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm not like sharing. I'm like, I know what happened in Thunderbolts. Congregate near me, and I shall tell. I'm not doing that for 2 weeks.
And just to think, I was gonna ask you, let's go watch it. Just to think.
I'll keep my. Hey, I know what happens, but I don't know beat for beat when things happen. I don't know beat for beat. I just got the gist of it. Like,
Just to think, I was like, yo, let's go next week. And then we can do the podcast on
no. I
in
mean, we can
person.
go. I'll keep my mouth shut. I promise to keep my mouth shut, though. I promise to keep my mouth shut.
You already said you wanted to save the $12, so or 14.
Hey, if you invite me, I'll go. I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing free stuff. If you invite me, I'll go. I say no. Like if it's free, I'm going. If it's free, yeah, heck yeah, I'll go. I'll go. If it's free, if it's not, well, I'll just wait until it comes on digital.
We'll talk anyway.
I mean, it's been a couple of months now since we saw Captain America: Brave New World, and by now, I don't think it's even spoiler territory now because everybody and their mama know what happened in that movie, and it's not earth-shattering information either, so it doesn't really add or subtract to the current MCU, right? I mean, think about it. We both saw the movie together. It doesn't really add or subtract. I mean, with other than adding adamantium finally into the universe, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Oh, by the way, oh yes, there's adamantium now in the MCU. So okay, so Wolverine is going to be finally a thing. Yes, he's finally going to be a thing in the MCU. Although we did see Deadpool and Wolverine last year, so I don't know what you're talking about. But that's another. Oh God, if we're gonna go down that rabbit hole, this is gonna be a 2-hour podcast. So let's just say yes. Okay, technically, ish, there is a Wolverine already, but that's a whole nother ball of wax. Anyways, back to Captain America: Brave New World. Having seen the movie, we both saw it together, by the way, right? And we were both, and also foretelling. I did not know the plot before we went to see it, so I was a good Christian boy when we saw it, didn't I?
Yes.
Wasn't I? I was a good Christian boy because I did not know the plot. So I kept my mouth shut. We just both enjoyed the movie for what it was, and also we both liked it, right? We both liked it. I mean, it was a paint by the numbers movie, but it was okay. It was okay. It was an okay movie, and we both liked it. It wasn't the horrible train wreck that they were painting it out to be, right? Because they were making it. Oh my God, this was crap. Because you heard the reviews and it was like, oh my God, this is the biggest piece of junk, and we're like I don't know what movie you guys were watching, but there was a perfectly fine, serviceable movie. It was just eating a perfectly good meal. It was okay. It's fine. But having said all that, now that we've watched the movie and we had time to process and digest the movie, and again, we're not poo-pooing over it. We just said that we're not poo-pooing over it. But knowing what you know now about the movie, would you catch that on digital?
No, because I'm a person that actually likes to go out and watch the movie, even if it was even like that movie. Like we found out we watched it on thing, but I would have went to go watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I would go see Thunderbolt in the theater, or I would go anywhere. I mean, a movie is a movie, so even if I'm watching it home
Okay, so
or out,
you're not hoity-toity about it.
no,
Like you just want there for the cinematic
yeah,
experience
mm-hmm.
of going to a movie theater and enjoying a movie as it was traditionally made for. Because
Yep.
now the concept of movie watching is like, okay, do I go to the theater to enjoy the experience of watching a movie, or to you just not that hoity-toity and just watch a movie just to watch it? Just get it over with. Because, and there's a lot of factors here, and let's not try to pretend that this is not a factor. Economy. Things are not well with most people nowadays, and so you're trying to save every buck that you can get. And movie theaters are not exactly cheap. Especially like if you're alone, I mean, it's okay. But if you're going in a group, you're like, that's gonna hit my pocket hard. That's gonna hit my bottom line hard. So I'll be thinking about it 1,000 times over. I'll be thinking about it. I really be thinking about it. So all I'm saying is that, like, it's good that, and this is not a hit on it, because I'm more of a to each his own. If you enjoy the movie theater experience and you have the money to do it, enjoy yourself, have fun. And I'm really one of the ones that are trying now to be not want to be of those hoity-toity people that like to overlook on people. I'm like, I've gone to a point in my life that I'm like, life is too short. Just enjoy it. Have fun. Have fun. If a dorky little movie is what it makes you enjoy it, then enjoy it. Screw what everybody thinks. If people, I don't like it because of this, okay, dude, that's you. Fine. You don't have to like it. It's like me when I was trying to defend wrestling with a friend of mine back in DR, and I was trying like getting in an argument. Then I finally realized, but who says that we both have to like the same thing? What rule is there that says that we both have to like, that he has to like what I like and I have to like what he likes? That's why our tastes are there for. That's why you like what you like and you don't like what you don't like. So I don't have to impose my will on you. That makes you an individual. So enjoy what you like, do what you like, and don't pose it on others. Just enjoy yourself, have fun. And again, if you didn't like Captain America: Brave New World, okay, fine. You don't like it. If you didn't like the ending of WrestleMania like I didn't, that's fine. WWE is still gonna make a truckload of money. So my opinion and your opinion ain't doing squat on their bottom line. Because guess what? Their bottom line is making that paper. And guess what? WWE is making that paper hand over fist. They're making that paper like crazy.
They're printing it like it's nothing.
It's like Fort Knox is empty compared to that. It's like they got nothing. They're going to WWE. Can y'all pass us some of that buck? Can y'all pass us some of that money?
Can I get 5%?
Yeah, can I get like something now? What you guys got? And WWE is like, fine. I mean, like we're surrounded by paper here. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna empty this kind of place. Says, dang, business is good.
Tony Khan over here wiping his booty with $100 bill.
Well, that's Tony Khan, not Nick Khan.
I'm sorry, Tony.
No, AEW Tony Khan. Nick Khan is for WWE.
I apologize.
I know, same name, same, not the same. Remember that meme? Same, yeah, not the same. Same last name, not the same person, not the same family. So Nick Khan is WWE. By the way, did you get to see? Speaking of Nick Khan, when Stone Cold was driving the 4-wheeler, and that girl, that lady did her best LeBron James impersonation.
No, you did not bring LeBron James into this.
She did her best LeBron James impersonation. Like, LeBron James just took over that lady's body. And I was like, oh, I'm hurt. Oh, God, I'm hurt.
That is so messed up.
I know these be fighting words for some folks. Oh, you did not go there. You did not go there. I'm like, Well, I calls it like I see it, son. I don't know what to tell you. Like that dude, you just touch him, it's like system reset. God. I would imagine that woman was like, and I like the picture. Do you remember that picture I sent you of the lady? She was like, why did lady be acting like LeBron James all of a sudden? The lady that was looking at her like, I smell a lawsuit up in here. This lady about to sue somebody. and the reason I mention it is because immediately out of thin air, Nick Khan pops up. When I saw him show, I was like, yeah, this dude was like, I smell a lawsuit. Ain't nobody taking this company out the cleaners, not on my watch. Ain't nobody taking us to the cleaners. No, sir. Let me make sure. Like you know that this guy, and I'm bringing it to one of your favorite wrestlers, by the way. Yeah, I already see the look in your face. I'm like, oh, him again, Jesus Christ.
You mean Vader?
No, the one you use Vader to kill.
And I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there's this one wrestling fan who has for life ringside seats. And he's popularly known in the internet as Green Shirt Guy because he always pops
I
up.
was reading something about him.
Yeah, he always shows up in green shirts in WWE Live. Do you know the reason why he has for life WWE Live event tickets?
No.
Well, when your favorite wrestler Punky Brewster was WWE champion, he did a spot on Monday Night Raw that he went off the crowd. He was running away. So there was a fan, not Green Shirt Guy, who was hitting him in the back, was slapping him. You have to understand, Punky Brewster was a heel back then. And Punky is a very effective heel. He knows how to get into the crowd skin. Like, well, you're a good testament. Oh, he likes to get into people's skin. Oh, yeah. That dude lives rent free in your head, man. He lives rent free. Anyways,
I haven't played WWE in a long time.
But with this thing, you're gonna get triggered though. Anyways, so Punk was just getting slapped in the back. So Punk turns around and he immediately goes on whoever he thought was the guy who slapped him, and this was caught on live TV, and I saw it. I saw it live. He starts punching the bejesus out of who turns out now to be Green Shirt Guy. And Green Shirt Guy was not the guy that was slapping him. So WWE, to avoid a lawsuit, settled with this guy, paid him off on the side, and told him, you know what? Just because you've been such a good sport, we're going to give you tickets for life. Free tickets for life. And that dude has taken advantage of that situation for the past 12 years.
Nice.
That dude, I mean, he's been milking that train. The milk has not run dry out of that one. He's like, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You mean I get to go to a live WWE event ringside? Count me in. He's gonna like, thank you, Punky Brewster, for beating the bejesus out of me on live TV. That just made me a happy man.
I'm a lucky man. You're a lucky man.
Yes, he is.
Go ahead, just say it once for all time's sake. You're a lucky man.
You're a lucky man. So yeah, let's see. How are Yankees doing?
Well, they're currently losing, but they're in first place in their division.
You win some, lose some.
We got the New York Knicks in the second round of the NBA playoffs
Versus
tomorrow
the
facing
Celtics.
Celtics.
Yes.
So hey, the NBA 2K simulation says it's gonna go 7 games and the Knicks win. So Hopefully,
I mean, it's not the same team as last year, and I think this year the team is actually healthy because last year
last year we were not healthy. No, we lost OG. We
no,
lost
we
Mitchell
were running on the
Robinson.
rails, man.
Yeah,
We were off the rails.
this
Like
year,
like we had all four tires blown out.
yeah,
The exhaust fan was non-existent. The radiator was burning. It was just smoke city.
we were on 4 spare tires, and
I mean,
plugging in the radiator fan to straight to the battery so it could
yeah,
just keep running.
it was like it was a sheer force of will. Sheer force of will. So
But I mean, let's see what happens.
I mean, we have to be realistic, though. It's the odds are not that
Oh
good.
no, against the top teams in both sides, like the Thunder, the Cavaliers, and the Celtics, we were 0-8, 0-8 this year. But I don't know how many of those games we were fully healthy and had everyone in.
And that's a difference now because now the team is actually healthy.
Yeah, we're healthy. We got Mitchell Robinson back. He's a big, even though he doesn't score a lot of points, but he's still that present in the paint. But the Celtics are the Celtics.
And Bodega Cat he's been effective.
He's gonna have to be more effective this series than he was in the last series.
I mean, we got it by the skin of our teeth, right?
No, we won 4-2.
But I mean that last game though.
Oh, that last game is why Brunson earned the Clutch's Player of the Year award. Guy put him on ice skates, pulled up, shot the 3, game over.
So here's pulling for our Knicks, so they
pulling
can
for our Knicks, pulling for the Yankees always, no matter what.
And the Mets?
Huh?
And the Mets? Next question.
We do have a game 7 tonight with the Rockets versus the Warriors.
That one sort of the hate is real.
It ain't hate no more. I mean, that dude's stats speaks for himself right now.
Look,
I told you this at the beginning of when all this happened.
Look,
the dude had a career year the way he did because Aaron Judge, who's the best hitter in the league, in the whole entire league, was hitting behind him. Who does he have for him to protect on the Mets? I mean, yeah, Pete Alonso's is hitting right now. But what happens when he's not hitting? Who's gonna?
And that correlates with the comments he himself made like a month ago.
I wasn't even going to bring that up because people were just going to be like, "Oh."
No, they ripped him to shreds out of that comment because it sounded so like, well, what you expect? It was like, dude, you're getting paid God level money. Like, shut up. You're getting insane amount of money paid. Like, you are in no position to complain. You have the amount of money that they paid you is for you to produce and keep your trap shut. That kind of cash is like, dude, just do the work. And I'm not saying he's a scrub now. He's not a scrub. It's just that he has not been performing to the level that he's been expecting for the money that they gave.
In 33 games this year, he had 120 at-bats. He's batting 258, which is not great for him.
It's not horrible.
But not for him it is, because his stats usually are like 280, 290. He hit 5 home runs, 31 hits, and only 14 RBIs. For him, that's a down year. compared to what he was doing last year.
And I look, it's still. I'm gonna say this. It's not that I'm a Juan Soto fanboy. I'm not. I'm happy for him that he got his paper, but other than that, like I'm Yankees through and through. Other than that, but having said all of that, it's still too early to make a judgment call because we haven't even have a half a season yet. So, but this first 100, what has it been? 100 games, 100 days. How many days has it been so far?
It's been maybe a month and change.
Yeah, so it's still a month and change. You can't encapsulate this guy's entire career over these month and change. Like, okay, like he could get better, he could get worse. Now, after the season is over, we can talk. When the season is over, we can talk. Like because we have a full evaluation of how he produced. Right now, it's still too early, but I get the anger at Mets fans with him because he's like, dude, we gave you a chunk of money. We gave you like a crap load of money, and this is what we're getting back. This is our reward. This is what we're getting in return.
But this is where I'm coming from. Now, everyone says you can't replace Juan Soto, which you can't. Okay. But judge this year without Juan Soto in the lineup. And you can say that, well, you know, he doesn't have the protection like he did last year with Soto. At 125 at bats, he has 54 hits, 11 home runs. His batting average is 432 with 31 runs and 33 RBIs and 3 stolen bases. This dude is on the base more than 50% of the time. And that's without Soto.
So who needed who?
And don't tell me, and that's what I hate. Like, yes, I'm going to sound like a Yankee boy, but don't come and tell me that the Mets had a better chance of winning the World Series than the Yankees.
I don't think I don't care how delusional you may be, but I don't think even in their Mets fans in their heart of hearts would believe that.
Okay.
Like not and like on paper what we're seeing right now. Come on now. Come on now. The Yankees, although we did lose Soto, are a better team right now. They are a better team. They are a better team. And look, it's not like the Mets are sucking. But they're winning despite Soto. It's like he's like playing catch up right now, you know? Basically he's playing catch up. Like the Mets are doing fine. And it's good on the Mets. Good on the Mets that they're doing fine. But they're playing catch up. Or what Soto is playing catch up. So, and again, it's that money. But again, I'm not going to make a judgment call for the season. Basically, started a month and some change ago. The season is brand spanking new. So let's wait until the season is over, and then we can do the judgment call and see it for what it is. It's still too early for me. I mean, but and again, I do understand the frustrations because of all the money that this guy has been paid.
This
I
dude
understand
is making 61, say 60, almost $62 million this year. You know how much Judge is getting paid? 40.
But nonetheless, look at the results right now.
Yes, I know Juan Soto is younger. He's 26 compared to Judge being 33. But 62 million for a person that's just not.
And again, he's not a scrub.
I would never call Juan Soto a scrub. I don't care what team he's on. Juan Soto can kill anybody. Like, We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, don't, like I said, it was the point of you telling us the Mets had a better chance of winning. And this dude named
Lie
Aaron
you fry.
Judge, and
Lie you fry.
this kid named Aaron Judge is killing the ball without you. So it's like
It's
maybe you did need him more than you think you did.
it's not the same now. It's not the same. Like you were expecting because you thought that you had a good year, but just look at that backup you had though.
I mean, yes, the Mets are winning games at 22-12. I'm never gonna, they swept Philly, they swept the Cardinals recently. They're doing all this. They're playing as a team, but it's just let's see what happens at the end of the year. That's all I'm gonna say. Like you've been saying it. I mean,
Yeah, again, it's too early in the season to make a judgment call on him and calling. I mean, you can judge his reactions as of late, which if I were his handler, I'll be like, "Yo, shut the heck up. Just keep your mouth shut. Just do your talking in the field. That's where you do your talking. Like, if you want to shut these people up, just show up in the field and do what you do best. That's the reason why they pay you all this quan. This is the reason why they pay you all this money. Like, show them with your actions. One thing I'll say about, and I know I'm going back, but one thing I'll say about A-Rod, where all the hate and vitriol people got at him, he never opened his mouth in the negative way to bury himself or the team. He always took it in the chin.
oh,
He just took,
yeah, he did.
he always took it in the chin. He was like, okay, yeah, take your licks on me. Yeah, good.
That's why I praise Giancarlo Stanton because at the time the money that they were paying him is like what the Mets are paying Soto. At the time,
Hmm.
that's how the contract looked, and he never once blamed the team. He always, like you said, he took it on. Like you were saying about A-Rod,
A-Rod.
he just took it on the chin. He just took
Mm-hmm.
it on the chin. Blamed it on himself. I gotta be
Yeah,
better. I gotta be this. I gotta be
like
that.
you are in the most competitive market in the whole nation because there's no more opinionated people than the New York fans. New York fans will eat you alive if you don't do what they want out of you. And Soto's finding that out real quick right now. He's finding that out real quick because as much as the Mets fans loved signing him, they're now chewing him alive. And it's all mostly his fault because of what he says. And dude, you are entitled to your opinion. You can say what you feel, but there's a time and a place for that. I understand that you've got to get some of your frustrations, and I blame that more on youth, because he's still technically he's still a kid. He's 26 years old, and I'm a firm believer that mostly men we do our growing up are maturing in our 30s. That's when we truly like try, like our brains start like, maybe I shouldn't be saying this. The brains start like, maybe you shouldn't be saying this because you're gonna catch something. And we're like, you know what? Maybe you're right. Because my booty hurts so many times. People beat my behind so many times after me opening my mouth. So you know what? I'm gonna catch that. I'm gonna listen to that advice and I'm gonna take it to effect. So Soto right now, he finding out real quick, like, dude, shut up. Shut up. And this is not like when they were telling LeBron, we're bringing it back to LeBron. We're beating LeBron James. Somewhere right now in Cancun, he's feeling that heat.
Nah, he's somewhere getting that MCL taken care of.
and also trying to cover the baldness. Anyway, for the 11th
Who's
trillionth
going at
time.
LeBron today? Because usually I get blamed for stuff like this.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah, yeah. Oh, no. Look, I don't hate LeBron. I think that in his generation, he was the best. In his generation, he was the best. But to compare him with Jordan, please. I mean,
and let's not get into this.
Compared
Let's
to
not get
Jordan,
into this.
come on now. Like, be real. Be real. Like, I'm sorry. I'm old. You can see it in my face. All the white hairs in my face. You can see it. But, come on now. Come on now.
Two different generations. You can't compare.
Yeah, I know. And I'm a firm believer in that. You can't, it's apples and oranges. You can't compare generations. But it also was a totally different NBA. The NBA that Jordan played is a totally different NBA. That, I mean, it was hockey in shorts. Basically, like, you remember those Knicks teams from the 90s? Lord Jesus.
Trying to come in the paint with Oakley and Mason there.
Lord Jesus. Like, if you wanted to go down that paint with those two monsters down there, you better send your soul to the Lord, because your behind belonged to them. Because they were going to get you got. You're going to stay down in that floor. Nobody going to pick you up. They got to scrape you out of that floor. Because they're going to murder you. And we just talking about the Knicks. God knows when we even talk about the bad boys and the Pistons. Woo! Yeah. They were murking people left and right. And they didn't care who you were. They was like, oh, he's Larry Bird. We don't touch. That's the first one we're going to get got right now. That's the first one we're going to get got. Well, what about Magic Johnson? He gonna leave here with a black eye.
Someone's dying tonight.
So we drawing blood tonight. Somebody need like a pint or two of blood after this. That's how they rolled back then. That's how they did it back then. Thank God the NBA is more civil now. Well, certain exceptions apply. Because we've seen some stuff lately. I mean, I was like, Ron Artest, is that you?
Okay, on that note,
I always gotta go there. I always gotta go. Take us to that dark path.
Happening.
That's why I like dressing in black. Anyway.
What?
Remember our T-Pog store is always a 30% off something. Buy something, stickers, t-shirts, covers, case covers for your cell phone, even for your laptop, whatever you want. Trucker hat, yeah, like yours truly, right here, modeling the items that we have. It's always a 30% off, so buy something and help us out. Our social media, Husky Babu Media, and our personal social media, that Ariel Duran and Johnny Boy 426, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so hopefully it won't be a month until we come back. So thank you for watching and listening. Take care.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good week.
Bye.